Hello, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. My name is Renee and I'm so happy to have you here. It's Friday after work and I am working on a sweet treat for us for tomorrow morning, but something fun. And it's going to be a little twist because it's Spam-tember. So this recipe is going to include Spam. Now, Spam-tember is a collaboration that's put on by Mary Ellen over at Prepper Potpourri. And she does this every year. And there are great playlists, great recipes. Every day, Monday through Friday, the month of September, there will be a different recipe. And she's done this for a few years, so you can look back at old ones too. Great ideas on how to use this many years traditional item that is shelf stable. It is a perfect thing to keep in your pantry shelves because you never know when you might need to use it, and if you didn't have any bacon in the house or any sausage, or use Spam. I even remember when I was a little girl, like they would cook it like ham and glaze it and then slice it. My mom always made Spam sandwiches. She would fry up the Spam and put it on bread and ketchup, and it was nice and crispy, and I like Spam sandwiches, but that's what I grew up with. Today, I'm doing something a little different. I'm using the bacon Spam, and I am doing Spam monkey bread. Now, you probably all know what monkey bread is. You make it in a bundt pan. It's all little pieces of biscuits, all coated with a great glaze and cinnamon sugar and just yummy, yummy stuff. Today, we're gonna add some nice little diced brown Spam in there. So it'll be like a complete breakfast meal. You're savory and you're sweet all in one. So come on down. Let's make Spam monkey bread for Spam-tember. The first thing is to open the Spam. And I don't know if you remember, Spam used to have like this thing that you had to, like a key that came off the top, and then you had to go around. Man, I was really good as a kid at messing that up and frustrating my dad. I forgot to mention that at the end of the month, Mary Ellen's going to have a drawing on her channel from all the comments and all the videos for a Spam slicing tool. It makes slicing Spam easy peasy, and I don't have one, so I got to just do it the regular way. But with the Spam slicer, you can make really nice, it's gonna come out. I usually end up going around the edge. As I was saying, with the Spam slicer, you can make nice even slices to do like Spam burger. There it comes. I know, it sounds funny. I'm gonna move this out of the way. I am going to preheat a pan on my stove because we need to dice this up small. So I'm going to slice down. You don't want big chunks. And then brown it so that it's nice and crispy on all the edges. I love Spam and eggs, and that's how it has to be diced small and just nice and caramelized like, or toasty on the edges. Now, I will say this does not smell like bacon. It smells like Spam. I would love to be in Hawaii where they have all the different kinds. I don't know if you ever watched, but they have so many different flavors of Spam. And they are not all available in the Midwest. You can get some of them on Amazon, but they're a little pricey. But Spam's a big thing in Hawaii, used in all kinds of recipes. So we're gonna dice this all up and then put it in the pan and fry it up till it's browned on all the sides. And stir it occasionally and let it do its thing. Put this all in there. This will take a while to cook. These and be all caramelized on it. So when you eat a piece of a biscuit, you'll have that attached to it, and I think it will be amazing. I'm going to see my daughter tomorrow and she wanted to try it, so that's why I'm making it tonight. So I'm going to wait until this starts getting caramelized and I will bring you back. Okay, they are nice and browned now and crispy. So I'm going to remove it from the heat and go on to the next step. I have my oven on preheating to 350, and I have 2 cans of the butter southern biscuits. And you want to cut each biscuit into 8 pieces. Sometimes I do 6 or 4. Okay. And separate the pieces. And we got a pile of baby biscuits. The next step is to put the sugar and cinnamon in a Ziploc bag. It makes it really easy that way to coat the little pieces of dough. I've also done it where I put it in a bowl and I keep adding the pieces to a bowl, so you can do either way. So I'm going to put 1 cup of sugar and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Oh my gosh, I said vanilla. This is cinnamon. Wow. Here's the 2nd teaspoon. So now we're gonna mix this up so that it's all evenly colored, so the cinnamon is all blended. Now we're ready to put it together. So bring over your bundt pan. And this is mine, and it might not all fit in this. I don't think this is as big as some bundt pans actually, but it's pretty. We're going to spray the pan. Make sure you get like the center and the edges. Bring over the Spam, the bacon Spam, and we want to put like 1/3 on the bottom here. I just told my husband what I was making, and he was like, Spam monkey bread? And I went, yep. So now we're going to put, it's going to end up being about half, because we're going to do 1/3 of the bacon Spam, then half the biscuits, then another layer of Spam, then the rest of the biscuits, and then some Spam on the bottom. Now you don't want to put all these in here at one time. So I'm going to divide it in half. So I have 2 piles and work on 1 pile to begin with. And you want to separate them as you're putting them in and not put them all in. Just put a few so they doesn't turn into one huge clump. And so they all get coated. Just toss them in here. Now, if you wanted to make a smaller version of this, you could do it in bread pans and freeze one of them. You could use 1 can of biscuits and use half of the Spam. save the rest for something else. The presentation is just pretty in a bundt pan. If it comes out successfully, that's the other thing. So keep adding in a handful of the biscuit pieces and separate them as you toss them in. I'm not sure if I said, but the oven needs to be on at 350. So now half of the leftover Spam bits. Oh, now back to doing the little pieces of dough. So yesterday I was babysitting my granddaughter, and she was taking a nap, and I was making dinner for them because they had doctor appointments. They're expecting their second child, and I try to have dinner waiting for them when they get home. And I was like drowsy. I don't know why. So they have a Keurig, so I was going to make me a coffee, and there was a Irish cream one. So I made that and put the creamer in it. And oh man, it tasted like pure alcohol, and I couldn't figure it out because I mean, I love Irish cream. I'm going to sprinkle some more sugar. I love Irish cream, like creamer. Well, this morning at 7 o'clock, my son calls me and he goes, did you have a coffee when you were here? And I said, yeah. And he goes, did you drink it? I said, no. He goes, they're alcohol coffees. He goes, I thought it sounded interesting, and they're horrible. It just tastes like straight alcohol. And I said, yeah. I said, I took a couple of sips, and I put it down the drain and washed the cup. He goes, yeah. He goes, no amount of creamer and sugar was going to help that coffee not taste like alcohol. Oh, so gosh, he probably thought his mom was getting a little tipsy while babysitting his daughter. But I didn't. Put the butter in a small saucepan and melt it and let it come up to a boil, and you want it to turn to a light brown. You want to brown the butter to add a nuttiness to it. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it is changing color. It's getting more of a brownish, golden color to it. So now we're going to add in 1 cup of sugar, brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of real maple syrup, maple flavored bourbon, or bourbon flavored maple syrup. We'll give you options. And 2 tablespoons of honey. This is local honey that I get at the Mennonite store. That will give it more gooiness, and it's raw honey. So when I get sick, I will take a spoon of honey, or my allergies are acting up. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to pour this over. Let's get this side here. Try to get all the areas. And as this cooks, it will go down in between everything. Okay, this is ready to go in the oven. 35 minutes. Here it is out of the oven before I flip it. I did cook it for 5 minutes longer. I took a toothpick and poked down in to make sure that everything is done and not raw dough. Ready to flip it. This is the scary part. Let it cool for just a few minutes. I don't want to let it wait too long because then it might not come out. One it's going to bang there. You see butter and brown sugar in the center. The thing about monkey bread, if some of it sticks, you just take it out and put it back on the top and it all glues back together. Ooh. So this is all that's in there. I will scrape that topping out. Here is the final product. Here's some pieces. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. I love the shiny edge. I love how there's Spam throughout it in all layers, so all the pieces will have some Spam. And it's like candied on the outside. So tasty. Thank you so much for watching, and please watch all of Spamtember, comment, and you might win the Spam Slicer. And thank you to Mary Ellen for inviting me to this, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you do like it, if you push the like button and share it, it helps my channel, and I would love to have you here as a subscriber. Thank you so much. See you next time at Pike Creek Farm.